set up. Stream chat. Set time of night, guys. We gonna get the lifts in. We gonna get the milk in. You know, we doing it all. We doing it all. All right. Content. Let's go. All right, let me get the chat pulled up, and then we will get to work. I promise we're gonna get to work here very soon. Set our moderation. Boom, 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 subscribers. All right. Hopefully everybody's doing good tonight. I've already got the bench mounted up. We're gonna have some later streams this week, by the way, guys. I said in the Discord, but it's gonna be later streams all week. You took that some type of way, David. I see. You think that some people are gonna come in here very angry tonight, I imagine. So happy Friday, Sir Ray. Happy Friday. I'm getting the chat set up, so give me just a second, guys. I mean, I'm not intentionally being inflammatory. I am. I'm intentionally being inflammatory with the chat, with the title of the live. 100%. Looking for reactions, right? We should get plenty of fun people in here tonight. I know you love that part of it, David. So that's perfect for you. Big night. What's a big night, twins? What's going on? Yeah, we got our milk tonight. I found it. They had 3 bottles total. 3 bottles in the whole store. I went to a whole nother store today to get it. So I don't know if there's a shortage, but I found one. What makes tonight a big night, twins? What makes tonight a big night? What's different tonight than any other night? Hopefully it is a big night. I believe it is for you. I do feel like I'm going to have a good workout. I got probably the best sleep I've gotten all week over last night. So I got the best sleep I had all week this last go round. Didn't even need to take a nap today, right? So we are feeling good. We are feeling good. I got good food in today. What did I have for dinner? We did chicken thighs and brown rice, some delicious brown rice. And then, of course, what did I have for breakfast this morning? Mostly dairy product and some toast, I think. And then, of course, like yogurts and stuff is always my go-to. And then for lunch, we had some of the leftover chicken mac and cheese that I had left over from yesterday. And I had a big old plate of that. Then, of course, all of our other snacks and dairy products throughout the day. But and then some honey to get the blood sugar pumping. So we got some honey in our system right now, which if you guys have never tried honey as a pre-workout carbohydrate, top tier. Top tier. All right, so we're just about set up, guys. Just about set up, and then we're going to get started. All right, we've got that set up. We got our support link set up. If you guys don't want to go through the super chats for some reason, that's the way you can do it. And let's get started. Let's get the bench moving. All right, I'm gonna back the camera up a little bit, guys, unless you guys really want to watch me bench from this angle, which I don't think you do. It's not the best angle for bench. Can I feel the honey? You can feel so when I say you can feel the difference with the honey, and maybe I worded that weirdly, but so honey is a very simple sugar, right? So there's a lot of sugar content in honey. It's almost all sugar. But it spikes your blood sugar. It makes you get your glycogen up. You just get a better lift. It's really good. It's like eating bananas or fruit, or some people do like candies when they're lifting heavy. They'll eat that for the simple sugars. Honey's a great healthy option. So once in a blue moon, I'll do a spoon of honey before my workout in place of like fruit or something else. So tonight I went with this well, I don't think I used a spoon, but a serving of honey. So, all right, what's up, Mark? Let's try a different angle on the bench tonight, guys. Make sure we get our weight in here, but we're going to try a slightly different angle. Let's try right about there so you guys can really see how I line up. Is that a good? It's pretty good. So you guys will be able to see a side just for the warm-ups, We'll probably keep the angle for the entire thing then. The entire thing, Mark. That sounds terrible, Mark. It sounds terrible. I don't fry anything unless it's like a pan-fried egg or something along those lines. I'll put some butter in a pan and fry things like pan fry, like vaguely, but I won't like deep fry anything. When I do fries, we do fries air fried. No, I've not tried the Real Food Cookbook. I probably won't try the Real Food Cookbook, I'm gonna be honest. Not on my list of things to do. What's up, Max? How you doing? Me? Yeah, I've been very busy this week. So this week, and I'll probably be slightly busy next week. It's gonna be late streams pretty much all the way through the next like 2 months during the week is the plan. And then I'm gonna try and get some early ones in. It just really depends. And then weekends, really, hopefully it'll be Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays will all be early streams, but I'm not sure yet. Tonight we had chicken thighs. I had 3 chicken thighs with skin, of course. Love chicken skin. There's nothing wrong with having skin on your chicken. Extra work, yes, Mark. Extra work. Gotta make that money, right, Mark? We will after competition, Max. We will after competition. All right. Let's which is the 16th of August. All right, let's add them to the plate. As you guys can imagine, with as often as we get demonetized, the streams aren't a super lucrative source for me. So we get demonetized on our videos almost every single workout. Almost. What's up, YM? Welcome back. That was the message I was trying to get across, Eric. Yeah, that's what the title says. What's up, Mike? What's up, Knight? What's up? Mark took that very offensively, it seems. I bench 6 days a week, Pops. A lot of pull-ups. What's up, Hobo? I don't like wide grip. I like close grip. I don't know, how many can I do in a row? Pull-ups, 20, 30, probably 30, I don't know. A lot. I do a lot of pull-ups. Not really my gig, though. Calisthenics really aren't something I train very often. They heal very well, Hobo. I'm very well conditioned. Yeah, I'm pretty good at pull-ups and calisthenics. What am I supposed to be defending? I didn't even know you were under attack yet, Mark. Who's attacking you? And did you earn it? That's the other question I have. Nobody be mean to Mark in our chat, okay? Only I'm allowed to be mean to Mark in our chat. All right, let's add some weight to the bar. We're gonna change the angle a little bit, guys. Hold on. Boom. Actually, we'll go for it. How do you guys like that? Yeah, I routinely do PR work on the bench when I'm not close to competition time. At a decent angle, we can probably scooch it just a little bit. There we go. Boom. All right, now I think we're in a decent angle, right? %, Dave, 100%. Bench, squat, deadlift. I'm powerlift. I'm good. I'm gonna stay natural, J-Head. I'm gonna be natural. Promise. I'm gonna be natural. Oh. All right, let's hit it. All right, we got a little 315 on here, guys. Got a little 315 on here. Just warming up. Yeah. I'm not ignoring anyone pops. I don't get all the messages. I get like cherry-picked messages because there's so many messages that come in. So it sends me some, it doesn't send me some. I don't make that decision. Well, this was 315. So definitely doable. Right? All right. Let's add some more weight, guys. There we go. All right, 325. 325, guys. I do the same lifts every day, generally, yes. I do a full body 6 days a week, heavy. Bench, squat is 6 days a week as well. Deadlift is the only thing I don't do 6 days a week, which is 3 days a week. I curl 6 days a week, shoulder press 6 days a week, tricep extensions, row, rear delt fly 6 days a week. Well, this is 325 now. We have 325 on here now. 325. I heal very well. It's all about food, conditioning, and how you recover, guys. There's some genetics involved too, but I recover very well. I've been doing this for a while. 5 years I've been training, no injuries, lifting this way. So generally it's easier to use a wider grip, but I use a close grip. Let's add some more weight, guys. Let's add some more weight. I would probably not recommend 6 days a week to someone that's new. About 2 hours typically, Hobo. Buttery. There you go. I don't use a ton of leg drive, Hunter. So I can do up to 340 as a Larson press with no leg drive. I usually only utilize leg drive like fully towards the PR range or the top end of the range. What's up, Mark? Do I think I can Larson press this? 100% yeah. I will not be juicing. I am a natural lifter. I will stay natural. All right, let's add some more weight. Let's slap some more fives on. All right, that was 325. We're going to go up to 335 now. 335 is the next lift. I was going to, Mark, but I didn't leave the house in time to really get down there in a reasonable amount of time. So I'm gonna be okay, Joseph. I'm gonna be okay. The weight and the rep ranges change daily. Always heavy though. People do one-handed bench press. But yeah, Joseph, I'm gonna be okay. This is easy weight. This is easy weight. This is still, I would still consider this warm-up ranges. Have a good one. Dumbbells can help with regular bench. Anytime I'm doing dumbbells, I'm usually doing incline. Working weight for some people, Mark, right? All right, let's go ahead and grab this, guys. So this is 335. We're not doing reps with this. We're just doing a single. I don't eat Jolly Ranchers, but when I did eat Jolly Ranchers, it would have been cherry. All right, 335. 335. Woo! Let's go. I believe Mark will get here. I believe Mark will get here if he's not already here. He says he's at 405. We have no proof otherwise. What are you talking about, Ryan? That moved really easy. That moved really easy, Ryan. I would try and get them all on camera, Mark, but if I got too close, it would fill the entire camera view and you wouldn't be able to see them. You wouldn't be able to see them. All right, so that was 335. We're going to go ahead and add some more weight, guys. We're going to add some more weight for another single. I need some 2.5s, maybe some 5s. I don't know what we're going to add yet. Let's see what's over here. Let me grab some weight. All right, we're gonna add another 5 pounds. 340, 340 pounds. So I do sets of 7 doubles and triples. I don't do anything over 7. And then I usually do a drop set after my heavy singles, right? So I'll do a lot of heavy singles 6 days a week with warm-up sets of like 7, 3, and 2. So I usually do like 7 of 135, and then between 3 and 7 reps of 225, 245, 265, 315 for single. And then I do 315 single, 325, 35, 45, sometimes all the way up to 65 single. And then I do a drop set back to around like 250-ish for a set of 7, usually with pauses or as a Larson. That's how I normally bench. I do that 6 days a week. That steadily increases my strength. So I am 177 pounds right now. After the 16th mark, we'll be back on our PR grind. Me and you, we're going to stream together, Mark. Mark's traveling all the way from the West Coast just to bench here at Barbells, is what I've been told. No, I am natural, Ryan. I am natural. Very low, Noble. I don't actively measure my body fat, but I have visible abs. So I would say the highest my body fat gets is usually around 11% at its peak. Right now, we're probably slightly below that. So, all right. Let's grab this. We can manage a longer bar. I have access to a lot of workout equipment, Mark. I can handle getting a longer bar for you. All right. 340. We're going to hit this for a single. I'm definitely not 16% currently, David. My last actual measurement, I was still single digits, but I was also 10 pounds lighter than I am now. So. The camera does add isn't kind to me. The lighting in here is terrible. I will say that. You guys are not incorrect for assuming that, David. But I have had actual measurements done. But obviously I was lighter then, so I'm a little bit more on the body fat percentage currently. My last body fat measurement was 5.6%, and that was 10 pounds light, maybe 13 pounds lighter than what I am now. Doesn't matter as long as you make weight, right? Yeah, body fat doesn't bother me. That's why I'm not like super pressed about it. I don't care if I have some body, like if I'm at 8% or 15%, it doesn't matter to me. Honestly, it could go either direction. I don't care. So. It's all about strength here. You'll be okay, Ethan. You'll be okay. We're going to lift it. Don't worry. All right, 340. 340. If you would, so here's the thing. There is no teenager that's raw benching 800 currently. I think I know what video you're talking about. If I'm not mistaken, he was using a Slingshot. If I'm not mistaken, 800 would be a world record bench press. So world record bench press 800 at any age, any weight class. That wasn't a lot of bounce, Ethan. I feel like you're projecting a little. It's okay, Ethan. It's okay. You'll catch up. I believe in you, Ethan. Slingshots add a lot to your bench, guys. Don't forget that some of these slingshots can add hundreds of pounds to your bench. No, I'm doing great, Ethan, actually. I'm doing great. The slingshot does not only take off 10 pounds, Mark. I know you know that. There are slingshots that'll remove hundreds of pounds, Mark. Hundreds of pounds. It just really depends on what you're using. We have one here that I think does about 50 to 70. But slingshots, and if they're using bench suits, even more. Mind you guys, those guys you see doing equipped lifting in the full bench suits, you know, they might have a relatively heavy bench without it, but they're benching, you know, 1,300 pounds with a bench suit, you know, or 1,100 pounds with a bench suit. Without a bench suit in the slingshot, they're benching, you know, great numbers, like 400, but not nearly as high, right? So. Yeah, these slingshots get pretty intense, Mark. I do weighted dips. I'm good. My heaviest weighted dips, I think, was like a double or a triple at 5 plates. We usually do singles at that rate, though. So we usually do singles once we get up that high. All right, so we're gonna drop the weight a little bit, guys. 340 is the heaviest we're gonna go tonight. We got competition in just a couple weeks, so we're not gonna overplay our hand until after competition. I'm going to, Mark. I promise I'm going to. I don't stretch, Caden. All right, we're gonna drop back to 315, guys. Do some lightweight work. Nothing super heavy, just some toddler weight. Ugh. Do some Larsons or something. Do some Larsons or something. Don't need safeties for 315. Usually when I'm actively bulking, so I'm close to competition, so I'm not actively bulking right now, like seriously bulking, I eat about 5,000 calories. Right now, I'm eating right around 3,500 to 4,000. That's what I said, Bubble. Yep, toddler weight, 315, otherwise known as toddler weight. I weigh 177 at the moment. I weigh 177 pounds right now. I'm 5'11". I weigh 177. 315 is the new 135. You are correct, Alex. 315 is the new 135. $315 is the new 135. All right, so let's go ahead and grab this, guys. We've got 315. We're gonna do some pauses and some Larson presses. I don't know what you're talking about, Mark. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. Now we're going too far, Mark. All right. Next is a pause rep. 1 Larson, pause, and then we'll do a standard. I don't dumbbell press very often, but when I do, it's incline. I did not play any sports, no. Powerlifting, it's the only sport I've ever done. I've been doing it for 3 or 4 years now. 3 years. So, all right, let's do a pause rep with the 315, and then we'll do maybe a single or a double. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Like I said, this isn't super heavy. 6 days a week I bench heavy. 6 days a week I bench heavy. Bench. I bench to bench. No, it's mostly like your standard shoulder pressing, tricep extensions, and bench. Those are my 3 big push movements that I do routinely. So I do other things, but those are my big pushes. Lifting will help increase your natural testosterone production, yes. Now, that being said, if you're low T, it could also be dietary. It's best to talk to a doctor. I'm not a doctor, so. All right, let's grab this real quick and then we'll talk some more. All right, let's go. Yeah. No, it's best to be natural. Best to be natural. Natural's the play. Natural's the play. I bench 6 days a week, Hunter. My program doesn't change very much, Pops. I don't have like a set amount of benching I'll do when I come in. Everything is basically done by feel for me. I know what I'm going to do vaguely, but once I'm actually on the bench, after my warm-up set, everything else is by feel. So, so I went over my sets and rep ranges. I usually do a set of 7 to warm up, triples and doubles up to about 340, and then about 330 or about 325 up to about 325, 315. We do doubles and triples, and then we go to singles up to about between 340 and 355 normally, as high as 365, and then we taper back the weight to 315 and do singles, and then we usually do a drop set for 7. No, if you're benching properly, you shouldn't have rotator cuff issues. I don't like write my calories down, but I know vaguely how much I take in. Do I compete with gear? No, I'm a natural lifter and I am an unequipped lifter. I do raw lifting. The only supplements I take, guys, are creatine and pre-workout. That's it. I don't even take a multivitamin. I would not take Tren. I actively recommend against Tren. There's no reason. There's no reason. You can't shortcut life, guys, because your life will get cut short. You get on gear, you're probably going to live less, right? So, like, that's a given, right? You get on gear, you're going to have long-term health effects. You should assume that. Even if it doesn't happen to everybody, the assumption of risk is there. You should assume that you are going to be part of that percentage that has a shorter life expectancy because of the gear, right? If you are taking performance-enhancing drugs, you should expect a shorter life. If you're doing that and you don't expect a shorter life, all you're doing is selling your own yourself short on what you should really be paying attention to. Am I saying that I'm against anybody that takes it? No. If you do it, it's up to you. It's your life to live, right? But me personally, I don't recommend it. I recommend against it. I actually don't take multivitamins. I get about 300 grams of protein a day in food. Appreciate it, Mark. My PR right now on the bench is 365, and I weigh 177. Yes, Fu-Chan. Yes, it did. I mean, I do other stuff from time to time, but that's the primaries, yes. I mean, once in a while, I'll throw in a set of pec flies every few weeks or whatever. Or I'll throw in like a dumbbell press here and there, but it's not routine. Low E, I'm not sure. I'm 30 years old. I do 300 grams of protein. That's how much food I eat. I didn't actually like plan for 300 grams of protein, guys. I just eat that much food to maintain my muscle mass, right? I drink a liter, this liter and a half of whole milk, I drink every night during my workout. This is about 80 grams, I think, or 90 grams of protein that I get during my workout alone. I've been lifting for 5 years. Yeah, I'd imagine it would be, Mark. That combination's kind of strong, you know what I'm saying? All right, let me grab this bar though, guys. It does not. It does not. Not a lot, actually. I don't take in a lot of seed oils. I use butter as my primary oil. I use real dairy butter. So, all right. My diet's extremely clean. Everything I eat, other than maybe the milk, I make myself generally, or my wife makes it. It's all homemade. Got to get that extra protein shot in, David. There's nothing that would make me do that, J-Hood. This closed grip is better for your shoulders long term, Fu-Chan, and you'll be stronger long term. It takes longer to get where you want to be, sure, because you can't cheat an extra 5 pounds out of it, but it's better for your shoulders. It's better for your shoulders. I'm not sure that's the best logical standpoint there. I'm not sure that's the best logical standpoint, Mark. There's a lot of things that grow that you shouldn't consume. See, that makes sense, David. I see why you did what you did. Maybe try some aminos. I'm not a big aminos guy, but they do work. We know they work. Bench, Z, bench. All right. One more rep at 315, guys. You guys ready? Let's go. Yeah, I do what I want, Zax. Welcome to the channel. I don't use peptides as an added to as like a supplemental. It's good for me, Racer. It may not be good for you, but it's good for me, I promise. 5 years, consistent gains, no injuries. I'm doing great benching 6 days a week. If you have no physical changes and your bench increases by, over 150 pounds, you'll have some physical changes. You're gonna have physical changes. I'm 30 years old, E. I do not take Ozempic, no. I'm not, I wouldn't take Ozempic. I've almost always had heavy singles as part of my routine, Chan. All right, we're gonna drop to 250 and burn out a set of 7. Just an easy set of 7 at 250. No, I do legs every day, Racer. I have a lot of time to bench and work out. I nearly live at the gym, guys. Pepto-Bismol is your pre-workout. I don't know if I recommend that. I don't know if I recommend that. You want to do a speed set of what, like 225? Do like a speed set of 225? Yeah, it gets you moving to the bathroom, Caden. All right, let's see. All right, we got 225. We'll do a speed set. Why not? We'll do a speed set. Speed set with 275. I prefer not to, Mark. That sounds like it's the risk of injury is increased very significantly. All right, 225 speed set. I don't know. I know. We'll go for like 7-ish reps. You know. We'll keep the feet on the ground. We won't Larson press this one since we're going for speed, right? So we're going for speed. What's the thing? Is it I Am Speed? Who's that? Is that the Cars movie? Always benching, Eric. We're on our drop set though. This is our last set. We're gonna hit this real quick. Little speed set. Yep. Let's go. Three, two, one, go. Whoa. Not bad. Not bad. Wasn't as fast as yesterday, guys. 250 moved faster yesterday. So. That's okay. Not everybody has to understand. Not everybody has to understand. Only I have to understand my motives. I don't use wrist wraps, no. Yeah, twins, we know this, but people are going to have their own opinions. Elbow sleeves do help, yes. So, elbow sleeves do help. Depending on how tight the elbow sleeves, they could help pretty significantly. Pretty significantly, actually. It just depends on the sleeves. I'd say some sleeves can be, a 5-pound help increase on your bench. Some could add, add 10 pounds, but not. I wouldn't say anything over 10 pounds would be surprising to me, even with the thicker elbow sleeves. It's not going to be considerable, no. Not with elbow sleeves. I mean, there might be super helpful elbow sleeves that I just have never seen. I don't use them, though. I don't use wrist wraps either. So I consider wrist wraps not raw, personally, but they are allowed in raw powerlifting. So, that's okay. Actually, wrist wraps are allowed in powerlifting, David, in a lot of federations. Elbow sleeves are not. Elbow sleeves are not allowed, but wrist wraps are allowed in a lot of federations, as long as you don't use the thumb loop. If you don't use the thumb loop, right, on the wrist wraps, you can have wrist wraps. All right, we're gonna do some curls, guys. Some curls. Let's get that as our positioning here. We're gonna do some cable curls tonight. How's it going, Stephanie? All right, we're gonna hit some curls, guys. Gonna go full brick. Full brick, of course. Why wouldn't you go full brick if you can go full brick? All right. I need a bar. Hold on, guys. All righty. Got us a bar. Got us a bar. All right. Whole brick, whole brick. All right. Another set here in just a second. Another set here in just a second. Do I think a 9 to 5 is deadly? Like a 9 to 5 job? Nah. I've worked 9 to 5 jobs and I still had gains during 9 to 5 jobs. Mind you guys, I work, the stack says 305, but this obviously pulleys take away from that, guys. Obviously pulleys take away from that. At handle, it's different. I've worked consistently for pretty much my entire adult life since I was like 16, 12 plus hour days. So don't let David lie to you. That bench is actually 475. $475. He's lying to you. All right. He doesn't want y'all to know. He's actually Larry Wheels' trainer, David. So. Yeah, this is what we have available here, okay? We have other gyms we attend and they have heavier machines, don't worry. Ugh. I still have visible abs, guys, by the way. Still have visible abs. They haven't gone away yet. They're still here. Because I don't have to, Jason, that's why. Because this is what I like. Explosive movement is good for powerlifting. Explosive strength. Training close to or to failure is not the end all be all. It's not the end all be all. Volume throughout the week or throughout the month is just as good as volume in one workout. If you're lifting heavy, you can get just as good growth with that in a workout as you can with high volume at a lower weight. Mechanical tension play, it's lifting. If you lift heavy, you will get gains. If you lift a lot, you will get gains. They are interchangeable. Some are better like for certain things, but they're interchangeable for the most part. Not for me, Twims. Not for me. I mostly do specific, I usually do compound movements for everything. All right. Was that 6 or 7? One more distance. All right. Let's do triceps. Triceps. Triceps time. Triceps time. Triceps. The milk is here, don't worry. We always have the milk, Andre. Always have the milk. That's why they call me the milkman, all right? Oh. All right. Time to get some triceps in. We're gonna go ahead and leave the full brick on there because we can. All right. Because we can, we're gonna leave the full brick on. All right. Good to go. Yeah. Liking the stream helps out a lot. It does. It does. Full body 6 days a week. Full body heavy 6 days a week. Push, pull, legs. All of it. All of it. Oh, hold on. I don't think I'm getting all the messages. I think I have all messages. Hold on, let me make sure though. Boom. All right. About 2 hours, Keith, typically. About 2 hours. 2 hours typically I work out. Give or take. Sometimes it's an hour and a half. All right, let's hit this. Another set here. Appreciate it, Keith. All right. But I lift heavier, Mark. What are we debating? The U.S. I'm from South Carolina. No light days, no light days. You gotta be ready at all times, right? You never know when someone's gonna throw a vehicle at you. So if you're not ready to catch a small sedan at any given moment, you're lacking, all right? If you guys have never had that experience, we're living very different lives, all right? I'm okay. I'm okay, Michael. I'm gonna be okay. I'm not looking for your advice, I promise. Subaru incoming, 100%, Keith. Nah, Dave. We don't rest here. We rest on Sundays. We rest on Sundays. I'm bulletproof, you. I'm actually bulletproof. Little known fact, I'm bulletproof. And really, if I'm ever proven wrong, it doesn't matter anyways to me anymore. So I'm gonna continue that claim. Because if I get proven wrong, it won't matter to me. So, All right, let's hit it. I'm bulletproof, I'm telling you. A lot of meals. What's up? What's up? How's it going, Michael? All right, so we have some choices today. Let's do T rows. We haven't done T rows in a minute. You guys want to do T rows? Who's up for T rows? Let me know if you're up for T rows. Like the stream if you want T rows. All right. T rows rhymes with heroes. All right, let's go. Hit. All right. All right, we got 3 plates for our warm up here. All right. 405 deadlift is respectable. I definitely deadlift more than 405, but at that body weight, that's very impressive. It's very impressive. I won't say that it's not impressive. It's very impressive at that body weight for sure, Victoria. What did Mark do now? Mark, you're getting all the attention tonight. I don't know what you did. All right. 3 plates. This is our warm-up for the T rows. I feel like we can come a little closer with the camera, actually. Hold on, guys. You guys want to scoot in here with me? Hold on, there you go. All right. Yep. I'm okay. Am I going to wax before the competition? No, I don't plan on doing that, Nick. What's up, Joshin? What's up? Do I sleep? I choose not to sleep. All right? You can't lift while you're asleep. If you're asleep, gravity's plotting, right? You got to always be ready to sneak up on gravity, right? That's why we lift at night, guys. You guys don't know, gravity goes to bed around 9 o'clock. If you come in after 9 o'clock, gravity is not ready. Four plates, let's go. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not looking for advice. I'm good. $1,000 worth of ice cream is a lot of ice cream. I don't eat ice cream, so wouldn't do me any good. All right, let's add some more weight. Let's add some more weight. We got 5 plates on here now. So 5 plates. A lot of the time, knees being wobbly, you're going to be surprised by this maybe, but almost everybody I've had that needed to work on knee instability, it was usually related to their hip. If your hips are weak, your stability is not going to be good in a squat if you have weak hips. So you might need to train your hips. Get on that good old hip machine and start hitting some reps. Glutes could also be could be a factor there as well, yes. 100%, David. 100%. All right, we got 5 plates on here. We got 5 plates on here. No, I'm not going to say that because I don't know what it means, Mark. And even if you tell me what it means right now, I'm not going to believe it until at least after the stream when I'm not going to Google it, but when I Google it. David, that is a good point though. Glutes could be a big issue with instability in the squat as well. I happen to be a certified glute trainer. I actually have a glute certification. I went full 20 credit hour class just on glute training. I am a glute certified trainer. It is his own certification. All right. So 5 plates, let's hit this real quick. Is what real, Josh? Hip thrusts are a top tier movement, Donna. Top tier movement. Is my glute certification real? Yes, I have a certificate. I went to school. I took a test, multiple tests. I am a certified glute trainer. Yes, 100%. I have a certificate that says glute specialist. It says glute specialist on the certificate. It's a real certification, accepted at gyms, accepted at health facilities when you go to work there by a real entity that offers this class. So I am officially a butt specialist. I'm being 100% serious, guys. 100% serious. You would not imagine how many times my glute specialization, my glute certification has been useful in my training career. You don't even realize how many people want to grow their glutes in the world, okay? You tell someone you're glute certified, just like that. Just like that. One of the best training certificates I've ever gotten as far as a career move is concerned. All right, let's grab this. 5 plates, 5 plates. Yep, yep. Just pull out my certificate, right? All right. So 5 plates. I think we're gonna keep it to the 3 sets on that today. We're gonna go heavy on rows tomorrow. There's a lot going on in chat right now. We're gonna go shoulders now, guys. Shoulders. Shouldies. Who doesn't like shouldies? Everybody likes shouldies. Yep, I am. That's exactly it, Drew. I'm an ISSA certified glute specialist. That is exactly where I got it. Stronger than you, Tucker. All right, let's keep it pressing. I told you it's real. I told you it's real. I've shown the certificate on stream before. I am a glute specialist, a certified glute specialist. I definitely have it. I've actually posted it in the Discord, Eric. I've actually posted it in the Discord. Who else is in the Discord that's seen it? Josh, Josh, have you seen it? It's real. I'm telling you, it's real. You've seen it? Have you seen it, Mark? Yeah, I posted it like a couple weeks back because we had the same conversation a couple weeks back. So people are saying they don't believe it exists. I'm gonna tell you right now, guys. When I was on the phone with my student coordinator or whatever for ISSA, they were like, "Hey, you just need to do." I don't care if people know my full name. I was like, "Hey, what do I need to do to get recerted?" Right? Because it was time for my recertification. Because you have to recert every 2 to 3 years, right? So they're like, "You need to take another course. What do you want to take?" And I was like, "Well, run down what you got, right? What courses do you have?" And one of the first ones they mentioned was glute specialist. And as soon as they said glute specialist, I was like, I don't need to hear anything else. All right, go ahead, charge my card. I'm taking that class. I was like, it's a real, I think it's a certificate. And they're like, yeah, you're fully recerted with this class. And I was like, go ahead and sign me up. All right. I was like, that's it. They don't, Eric, not that I'm aware of. They might by the time I go to recert again. So you do not have to be certified to be a trainer, but to work officially at a gym and be insured, you have to be certified. So if you want to get insured, you have to be certified. So if you're working and you're working in person uninsured, you're taking the risk, or the gym's taking the risk, depending on what's going on. You can get away with it online because you're not actively teaching them movements. But with in-person training, if you're not insured by your gym and you're not privately insured, because you're not certified, you could get, it'd be hard to do, but someone could come after you if they get hurt. It'd still be difficult, but it's something they could try. So. Certificates, you don't have to be a certain size to get certified. You just have to be knowledgeable. Now, do I recommend finding a trainer that looks like you want to look? Yes. If you can find yourself a trainer that is like the aesthetic that you want to be, you're going to have a better time usually, right? So look for a trainer that looks aesthetically like you want to look, typically is a good bet. You don't have to. There can be really good trainers that don't look like you or look like you want to look. But usually that's a good sign, right? Trainer aesthetic is important. You're your own billboard, right? So yes, Eric, that would be ideal, but it's not always possible. All right, let me grab some dumbbells to this guy. We're gonna grab 55s. We're gonna hit that for 7. So let me grab some dumbbells. Bench press. Joshua. I don't do handstands, I don't go upside down. I'm not afraid of being upside down, I just choose not to. Why would I ever need to be upside down? If I ever find myself in a situation in life where I'm upside down, I have failed somewhere else in that moment. Somewhere else in that situation, I failed. There's no reason I should be upside down. All right, we got 7 of these. Back in. Next up is the 70s, obviously. Next up is the 70s, obviously. Hit these for a set of 7. Hit these for a set of 7. Whew. All right, we got 70 pounds a piece here. Ugh. Shot, Steven. All right. Let's go. We might do the 100s. Who knows? We've done them before. Yeah. Appreciate it, David. Nice, Mason. We'll probably grab the 100s, yeah, why not? Let me get a little quick, like, minute and a half rest. We'll grab the 100s. Yeah, most dumbbells you find are generally going to be like either some kind of like concrete or something like that, wrapped in rubber, or they'll be metal. Hold on. I haven't weighed the dumbbells now. I like to toss the weight up to my shoulders while standing. It's just something I do. I can do it while seated. A lot of people seem to think that kicking them up from your knees is easier. I find it easier just to toss them up and sit down with them. So I drink about 1.5 gallons. Oh. I should. The other gym, I should weigh those plates, shouldn't I? I would say that those plates feel like 45s. So metal plates generally are a little over. I have found, I've only ever once weighed a plate that was under, and it was by a couple ounces. I am 177 pounds. I am 5'11", 30 years old. I heard a car go beep. That means we probably have someone joining us or someone getting late night Domino's. Which one do you think? Do you think he's a Domino's guy or do you think he's a gym guy? I'm betting Domino's. I heard a car. So why should I be heavier? Why should I be heavier, Enrico? Enrico, I lift heavy. All right? I lift heavy. That's what it's all about. So believe it or not, at one point, my go-to pre-workout meal was 1 whole pizza. I didn't use Domino's, but I ate 1 whole pizza before my workout. 1236 definitely Domino's. 100% right, David. I think it's a Domino's strip. So I compete at, I'll be competing at 180. I'll be 180 pounds walking to competition is the plan, Enrico. It actually wasn't that bad, Jason. I was strong, but you will work out slowly. All right. So you'll feel sluggish, but strong. Obviously, I ate a very clean pizza. It was light sauce. So very light sauce. So not a ton of sugar. And I went to a place where you picked your own toppings and you could watch them make it. It was a mod pizza. So the ingredients are a little bit better. So yeah, this is 24 hours. I have 2 24-hour gyms that I'm a member of. One I pay for is the only really gym I pay for, like real gym that I pay for. And I have three comped memberships, two comped memberships now. I think I have 2 comped memberships right now at other gyms. So They're like Blaze. I would say that Mod's ingredients are slightly higher quality, like they're a little fresher. I like Blaze's pizzas though. Blaze is a good place if you're looking for a cleaner ingredient pizza for sure. But I will say that I like Mod better because their ingredients taste fresher. It seems that way, right, David? I don't eat cookies, Mason. I don't eat cookies. I don't eat sweets. This is not Better Body Fitness, no. It was Better Body Fitness at one point, though, Eric. I don't drink chocolate milk. No, I don't drink chocolate milk. All right. Let's grab this next set. I think we got enough rest, guys. Six times a week. I train 6 days a week. Heavy. All right. Why would you say that, Billy? I was just titling the video, okay? I was just titling the live. No, we don't cut here. We bulk you. If I go up in weight class, I go up in weight class, you know? I just had to lift heavier, right? I'll maintain between meets if I need to, but I don't cut typically. Arm wrestling is a very, very specific sport. I'm not bad at arm wrestling for sure, but what's up, Olivia? Five reps. I don't know if we're doing 5 reps of 100 pounds, Mark. No, I've never been to a Hornets game. All right, let's grab this. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Shit. I'm okay, double A. I appreciate it though. The first rep was good. The second two were a little rough. But you got to get those struggle reps to get them easier, right? If you don't struggle with a rep. Stronger than you, OD. Welcome to the stream though. Stronger than you too, double A. Those are 100 pounds piece. And what's your bench, OD? What's your bench double? Three times Mr. Olympia. What's your bench, OD? What's your bench? What's your bench double? Man, they take a long time. Take a long time. I appreciate it, double. It's not a bad bench. Not significantly more than mine though, OD. I'll say you got me by 10 pounds. 365 is my current PR at 177. So you're twice my size. We bench vaguely the same weight. I bench 365, OD. I bench 365. What's your bench? You always got to ask what your bench is, Mason. It's the first question every time. It's the only thing that matters here. Only thing that matters here is how much you bench. I don't use kettlebells often. No. Let him have the win. OD, you're gonna have to work on this, all right? You came into my stream, OD, and now you're upset. So came into my stream talking crap. OD. You said you got like what? You got a bunch of body weight on me. You said you have like twice my body weight, and we're benching vaguely the same. I'm also a natural lifter. I don't know if you're natural. I'll assume you are. I'll give you benefit of the doubt. I believe you, Sean. I believe you. Overdosed on the trolling. Yeah, the real question is how much do you hip thrust, right? Josh, how much do you hip thrust? Mark, what's your hip thrust? Mark, what's your hip thrust PR? We need to know. I don't know. I bench in competition. How many medals do you have at the house, OD? You keep trying though. You keep trying. I'm gonna go ahead and remove OD from the chat though, because he's talking a lot. OD, I'm gonna put you in a 5-minute timeout. So OD, when you come back, I want you to be nicer to everybody. Okay? I want you to be nicer to everybody. You're in the timeout corner for 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Okay? When you come back, be nicer. By the way, if you're benching completely flat back, you're benching incorrectly. A small arch is ideal. Your glutes should remain touching the bench. Your head should remain touching the bench. It's not required in some competitions to have your head remain touching the bench, but you should. And your shoulders should be touching the bench. But a small arch in the low back is how you are supposed to bench. It is the best way to bench safety and power delivery to the bar. So, no, we're not talking about you, Mark. I asked what your hip thrust was, Mark. He benches 375 is what he said. You give him all of his pounds. And I always take people at their word when they give me their bench numbers, as long as it sounds believable. And if he's double my body weight, like he said, he has the opportunity. He probably can get close at least. I don't know if he's telling the truth, but I give him benefit of the doubt that he is. So. If your back is completely flat against the bench like this, guys, you're putting yourself in a bad position to bench, right? You should have a very slight low back arch with your shoulders touching and your glutes touching and feet flat, unless you're doing like a Larson press. So there should be just a small arch. You should be able to fit. You should have your chest flat on the bench, like laying face first. So when you're on the bench, if you're completely flat like this, you're having to force your low back into the bench, right? You're having to force your low back into the bench. So if you pinch your shoulders properly and drag your elbows, you're naturally going to have a small arch in your low back. This is what you want, about 1 hand's width on the bench there. Some people go heavier. You can be excessive with this. You can get it all the way out here and be excessive. Typically when I bench, that is what my low back arch looks like, right? About 1 hand's worth of low back arch. It is safer on the shoulders because you can tuck better. 100%. More stable. All right, so. Oh, JL's back. Did you go in the timeout corner last night, JL? We're going to give you the permanent timeout corner tonight, JL. There you go. All right. Why do you want a bigger arch? If you don't have to have a huge arch. Small arch is good. There is too much. You can be in excess on your arch for sure. It takes a little getting used to, Josh. But after a while, it feels awkward to have your back super flat. So I don't use sleeves, no. I don't use any sleeves or wrist wraps. I don't even use knee sleeves when I squat in competition. The only thing I ever use is a belt, and that's when I'm going heavier. JL's been here every night saying the same 4 sentences. I'm halfway convinced that JL's just another RPE account at this point. So I think I saw your message, Mark, and if it's the one, yeah, so I saw that message just now, Mark, and I chose to ignore it specifically because it seemed like the right thing to do. Nice feeling saucy. Lord. All right, we did shoulders. We've done curls, bench, triceps, rows. What am I missing? We have what's today? Is today Friday, guys? Today Friday? What did we do yesterday? Do you guys remember what we did yesterday? Monday, Wednesday. We got deadlifts. We got deadlifts next. Deadlifts next. All right. I'm kind of tempted to do rack pulls in place of deadlifts tonight. How do you guys feel about that? How do you guys feel about rack pulls tonight? I kind of want to do rack pulls and work on that upper end close to competition. I usually start throwing those in. So I think we might do, we deadlift 3 times a week. Yeah, we're going to deadlift and we still have to squat, Jason. We do this 6 days a week. I hear you, Mark. I hear you. So we're gonna do rack pulls, and I'm pretty sure Mark said his rack pull PR is like 275. So we're gonna start with that as our warm up. All right. 425 by 3. It's not bad. It's not bad. You're doing stuff and things, right? You're doing stuff and things. All right, rack pulls tonight then, guys. Let's get it. Rack pulls. Let's go. This gym is usually empty this time of night on the weekends, Jason, yeah. This gym is usually empty this late in general. Mind you, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. So almost 1 o'clock in the morning. I believe you, Mark. I believe you. I believe you. But we don't deal in probablys. We deal in I cans, all right? We deal in facts, like the fact that gravity is a myth. Gravity is a myth. All right, rack pulls. If it's already at a set 3, so we're gonna leave it at a set 3. This is plenty of rack pull to work with here. So let me move these out of the way because I'm gonna adjust this rack. You guys are gonna go like here-ish. It depends on what range I'm trying to work, Eric. Sometimes I'll go under knee, sometimes I'll go over knee. I'm working on the top end of the rack pull or of the deadlift. I don't have issues normally getting weight off the ground. It's usually the lockout it's been the lockout that's fighting me around 500 right now. So we're going to work on lockouts. Honestly, I probably should go a little higher, but I feel like that's about how high we've gotten our current PR goal. We've gotten it about that high at least once. We need to work on the lockouts. So we need to work on both, but lockouts are where we're focusing tonight. So, all right, let's scoot this so this isn't all crooked. You said go higher, Mark? All right. Now that that's uncrookified, We'll start with 225. We have a leg presses, but it's not very heavy. It's not very heavy. All right. Time to tighten up. Let's go. All right, just above knee, gonna work lockouts on this rack pull tonight. So yeah. Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Josh. Big Dog Club. What's up, Mossberg? Oh. Sent 10 gift memberships? Whoa! That's awesome. Wow. That's really cool. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Sweet deal. Hey. Appreciate it. That's a ton of support, man. That's a ton of support. Look at all the new members. All right, let's run down these new members. Wow. We got Odd of Life as a new member. Brandon, Marcos, Mark, Yoshi, Jay, you're in here? What's up? Jose, Starseed, 15% or more, Mossberg. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. I think it's random who gets them. I think it's random who gets them, guys. It's big appreciation. It's big appreciation. All right, next set's for you, boss. Next set's for you. We'll do 10 reps in honor of the 10 memberships, all right? We'll do 10 reps of 405 in honor of the 10 memberships, all right? I've been training for 5 years. All right, we'll do 10 reps. 10 reps of 405 rack pull. Actually, so Eric, it does base it on people that have been here and are subscribed. So these people have either been watching and just not talking very often is probably what it is, some of the people. But I do recognize most of those names. Oh, geez, member. All right, let's add some more weight. Let's add some more weight. For Josh and you, 405 for 10 in honor of those memberships, Josh. 405 for 10. All right. It's super appreciated. It's super appreciated, Josh. I'm sure Eric will end up getting one at some point. He'll end up getting one at some point. All right. All right. Let's grab it. Let's grab it. I don't know if I'm doing 10 in a row, Josh. I said 405 for 10, like I was going to do them in one set. I'm going to do my best for you. I'm going to do my best for you. Let me grab my belt. Yeah! 1, 2, 3. Hold on. Let me put clips on. Dang it. Let me put clips on. We'll do 7 more. We'll do 7 in a row. Hold on. I moved a little too fast. The bar wasn't ready. All right. That was 3. Yep. 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, 10. Woo! Let's go! I appreciate it. 5 more. What? Mermaid, Loud Pack, Joshy B, NC, Dakota. Good Lord. Josh is just killing it tonight. Ooh, all right, Josh. 5 more reps. Whew. Yeah, it's random. It's not, I promise it's not Josh's fault. It is 100% random. It's called a rack pull. Mal. My heartbeat's great. Do people believe my bench? Not usually the first time I tell them, Chan. All right. We appreciate you here, though, Eric. If I could give you a membership, Eric, I would. But even I can't give you a membership. So if I could give you a membership, I would, Eric. But I can't. All right. Let's see. What are we doing for 5? So the memberships, it is extremely rare, but there has been a couple times when we've done things specifically for members on the channel, but it comes with like emojis, you get the special chat, and it supports the channel. But there has been a couple times where we've done like member associated challenges and stuff like that. So and the emojis are top tier. My wife actually made the emojis. 600. I don't know if we're getting 600. Let's go. Let's go. 5 reps. What do I think I can get 5 reps of, guys? I gotta do big things for Josh here. Let's go for 455. 455. I eat a lot before I lift, yes. 485? I'll let her know, Josh. 485. What do you think? 455, Josh? Is that heavy enough yet? You know what? Let's go. We'll add another plate. So I think I told her not to do a Fairlife bottle because she was gonna do like an actual Fairlife bottle, but I think there is definitely some copyright issues involved there. Ugh. All right, we got, what is this? We'll do 500. We'll do 500. Why? Because it's a good round number. It's a good round number. It sounds impressive, right? 500-pound rack pulls. Five hundo. Yep. 500 pounds. We're gonna move it for 5. We're gonna move it for 5 in honor of the memberships that Josh just donated to our wonderful new members. We have 15 new members tonight. 15 new members tonight. I'm working on a Fairlife sponsorship, Josh, 100%. All right. All right, we're gonna go for 5. I don't know how fast 5 are gonna move. All right, but we're gonna go for it. All right. Yeah! Yeah! I might have overshot on 5. I think I spent too much energy at 405. Hold on. We're going to get 5 reps. We're just going to have to do them in singles, guys. We're just going to have to do them in singles. But that shows you what I'm talking about with that lockout. You see how that lockout is not where it should be in comparison to my deadlift? My deadlift is 490. This is realistically fresh. Like, I think I've done close to 600 pounds once. I think we did 605. But obviously, this needs to be worked on. So let's switch grips. Now we'll go normal grip. Yeah. I might be spent. Hold on. I might be spent. I might need to get the hooks. 1 second. Ah. 1 hook. Where's the other hook? I used to have 2 hooks. Where's my other hook? Hold on, guys. Hold on. I guess we're not using hooks. Oh, you know what? Let me check my backpack. Hold on. Nope. Hold on. They got to be here somewhere, right? Got to be here somewhere. I guess we're not using them. We'll just slow roll it. Guys. Yeah. That's 2. We got 3 more. The J, that's for Jay. Jay has his own emoji, Josh. It's for any J name. It's for any J name. But that's Jay's emoji. We made that for Jay a while back. J Raff. All right, we got 3 more of these to hit. 3 more of these to hit in honor of Josh here, all right? Don't spam the chat. Anything's possible, boss. I'm not doing the math on all that right now. All right. But yeah, that's Jay's emoji. That's Jay's emoji. Yeah. Those are getting heavy, guys. Those are getting heavy. Woo-wee! That one wasn't super clean. So let's give it 2 minutes and then we'll hit another one. And then we got another one to do. We still got 2 more. We got 2 more we got to get. God, man. That set of 10, you guys see why I don't go over 7 reps? That set of 10 smoked me, guys. And I've still got a squat tonight. Mind you, right? So, who needs skin on their hands? It's not really necessary. I've heard that skin on your hands is like one of those things we developed that we no longer need. We're supposed to evolve out of it soon, I'm pretty sure. Honestly, probably not, Josh. I'm wearing it more just for, it just feels right. Rack pull and your lateral raise. I believe it. That's odd that you don't have the emojis, Mossberg. You should. This, actually, believe it or not, rack pulls are pretty good at helping your glutes grow. Look, my fingerprints are forever pressed into my hands. As much weight as has been stuck in these hands from time to time, these fingerprints are going nowhere. All right, let's grab another one of these guys. What's up, Coco? All right, guys, let's grab this. We got 2 more of these to get tonight. And then we've got a squat. We might do leg press tonight. I might do leg press. No, leg extension, not leg press. Leg extension. I was supposed to do those last night and I squatted instead, so we should do leg extension today. I'll decide after this. I kind of want to squat, but I need to do leg extension. We'll see. I haven't decided. All right. One more. 1 minute, and we'll grab the last one. I never skip squats. We literally squatted last night, Eric. I appreciate all the support, Josh. Rack pulls are not useless. Rack pulls are a top tier movement. They're good for grip. They're good for glute strength, hip strength, core strength. They're an extremely good movement. If you're not using rack pulls, that's fine, but rack pulls are a good movement. I appreciate it once again, Josh. You're awesome. Appreciate it. You made my night with the stream tonight, Josh. That's awesome. Yeah, anybody that doesn't understand what a rack pull does would think it's a useless lift. I can get that, but rack pulls are extremely effective. Enrico, so it depends on what you're trying to do, right? If you want to work the bottom half of your deadlift, right, then you probably should just be deadlifting. But if you want to come off the ground a little bit, like do like just work the bottom half without the lift off of your deadlift, and then you come up 1. You want to lift, midway, you come up 2 or 3. If you want to work on your lockouts, you come 3 to 4. It just depends. Just depends. It just depends on where you want to work. So when you're lifting in competition, every single bit of the movement counts because it's more intricate the way you need to do the movement. Everything has to be smoother. So everything has to be smoother. So your lockout has to be super tight, right? So when you're lifting in competition, deadlifting, this is literally the only things that matter are that your feet don't move, and that, or there's three things essentially. Feet don't move, that you come up in one smooth movement. You can stop, but you can't go back down, right? But one smooth movement up with no drop, and that your hips lock forward at the top of the movement. You will not get a down call until you're in this hip lock forward position. This is when you'll get your down call in competition. And then you have to follow the bar down. So in order to smooth out this bit of your movement, you have to work high rack pulls. There's your answer. No, there's no bumper plates in there. These are all real metal plates. All right. I don't watch the Trend Twin, so I couldn't tell you. My body fat percentage, I haven't measured in a while, Josh. The last measurement I had is from like a while back. I was a lot lighter. I'd say around 11 right now, probably. 11 is realistic. Maybe slightly lower, maybe slightly higher. But I keep saying 11 because that's realistic. I don't have much body fat. We're actually on our last of these ones. We've already done four reps with this, singles. We're about to do a fifth. That's just the different plates they have at the gym. Just different plates they have at the gym. All right. These are like fitness gear. I forget what this brand is. And then this is a Hampton plate. And then this is like a standard Olympic. I don't know what it's called. I think it's called a standard. So, but they're just different brands. The gym has been here a while. So the plates have different plates have been purchased over the years. All right. One more rep for Josh. Let's go. Yep. Yep, yep. Yeah. That's it. That was it. I felt the grip start to give on that last one, guys. I can feel it in my hands. The grip starting to give. Ooh, 5 reps of 500 for Josh. 5 reps of 500. Who's 5'8"? I'm 5'11". 5'11". What is going on here? Pounds. We lift in freedom units. I am 5'11", yes. 5'11", 177 pounds, 30 years old. All right, we have choices. I think I'm going to squat tomorrow. We're going to do leg extension today. I don't usually squat on Saturday. I haven't been squatting every Saturday, but I think, man, I like squats. Let's squat. I'm a squat. I don't feel like doing leg extension. We're squat. I like squats better. Centimeter height? I don't know my centimeter height. Does anybody know what 5'11" is in centimeters? I have no idea. I have no idea what my centimeter height is. I would tell you if I knew, but I don't know. We squatted yesterday, Coco. I got you on the bench. I got you on the bench, yeah. You definitely got me on the squat and the deadlift, though. It's impressive numbers. I've been lifting for 5 years. 5 years. All right, let's get set up for squats. Let's get set up for squats. Give tips on squat. Curl instead. That's my best tip for squat. No, it depends on what you're trying to do with squat. Honestly, tips for squats are kind of hard because depending on what you're squatting for. If you're more of like a endurance athlete, you may not want to squat quite as deep. You know, if you're looking for powerlifting, you might want to do a range of different squat depths. Some people like low bar squats, some like high bar squats. Squat's very intricate movement, guys. There's a lot of intricacies with your squat. I would say squat is probably one of the most technical movements if you're doing it properly. No, you know what? Bench is still a little more technical than squat. The squat's close, guys. It's close. Deadlift, I would say, is the least technical of the movements. I mean, it's tough, but it's least technical movement of the bench, in my opinion. So. Go to 90 what? What are we doing? 90 what? $90 degrees? We do 90 degrees. We did 90 last night. Eric, where were you last night? Were you not here? We did some great depth last night. That was at least 90 degrees. At least 90 degrees last night. All right, let's get this bar racked up here. One higher. All right. I mean, it depends on the reason you're watching. Feet should be underneath you. At any point your feet are above your head during the squat movement, you have done it incorrectly. Almost always, if your feet are at a higher elevation than the rest of your body, your feet should always be at the lowest elevation for your body during a squat movement. All of them. So feet position, but in reality, I'll do some footing here, obviously. It varies for everybody. I like a slightly wider stance typically, but I do narrow to work different muscle groups a little bit heavier. Every stance has its advantages and disadvantages. One's going to be more hip-centric, one's going to be less hip-centric, right? One's going to work your glutes a little harder, one's not going to work your glutes as hard. If you're going more narrow, right, I usually find that to be a more stabilization from your glutes, whereas if you go wider, typically people have more stabilization from their hips. So depending on where you're stronger, you may be stronger in a more narrow stance, or you may be stronger in a wider stance. Mind you, wider stance is almost universally easier for people because you reduce your range of motion like any other sumo stance, right? So I don't need to lift in the morning. I like lifting at night. Honestly, it's 1:22. This is the earliest you can lift in the morning. I'm just like extra early. All right. All right, let's add some more weight. No, I don't use the little pad, the squat pad. I've got natural squat pads, man. My shoulders are my squat pad. You just gotta build these up and then you don't need the squat pad. All right. No reason to add a squat pad here. I was a bench specialist, Jason, for a while. So I benched competitively only. I didn't do competitive squat and deadlift. So when I was doing bench only competitions, bench was my primary focus. Whereas now, I do all three. I'm good. Natural here, Johnny G. Natural here. That's a personal preference, Eric. That's a personal preference, I would say. This is the time of night when chat starts to degrade that direction. Is that what's happening now? Is that what's happening now? Ugh. All right, let's raise this because I mentioned before we started. We do not have a spotter. Do not have a spotter. Obviously 225 is not where we're stopping, but we're gonna go up. But if I don't change it now, I'll forget later when it matters. This should still be fine. We always set it to a 5 anyways. All right, let's grab it. All right, we got a single here. %, Eric, 100%. Well, that's it's a positive vibe there, Nick. It's a positive vibe to have about it. Always good to have more time in the gym. Do we have weird 35s? We have the 35-pound bumper plates, like the big rubber plates, but that's the only 35s we have. No, this is unstaffed at night. Unstaffed at night. I was the manager for this gym for a while, and I resigned that position a while back. But the gym is unstaffed at night. It's unstaffed most of the day. Most of the day. It's just a check-in, check-out with a little key tag. So. Yeah, we're gonna 1 rep here. We did squats last night, Coco, and we just did a ton of rack pulls, and I definitely feel it. Definitely feel those rack pulls, but we had to do them. Josh was a big support tonight. We had to do those rack pulls. He didn't ask for them. But we did them because he supported, you know. So we might hit like a set of pull-ups after this. So yeah, we got like a little key tag that we beep in, beep out with. All right, it's electronically actuated. And I'm here. Anybody that sneaks in, I just overhead press them and throw them back out the door. Usually they clear the parking lot. So I can get anybody like up to 250 pounds to clear the parking lot. And we have like a Walmart sized parking lot. So it's pretty impressive, I would say. I'm not gonna be able to get it on camera or anything, you know. All right, let's hit this. 30 more seconds and we're going to get this. 30 more seconds and we're going to get this. So. Whoa. All right, 315 for 1, and then we'll hit a set of pull-ups. What you guys don't realize about my pull-ups though, right, is I don't actually pull myself over the bar. I hang from the bar and I actually pull the earth down so the bar goes below my chin. So I actually shift the earth down a couple of feet and then I push it back up into place. So all right, let me grab my belt. Isn't that what, who does that? Who is this that slaps their stomach with their belt? Is that El Campeon? El Champion? He's the one that slaps his stomach with his belt? Is it, if I remember that correctly? Someone else probably does it too, but I remember seeing him do it. All right. We have maxed out the hip thrust machines a couple times. We've maxed out the hip thrust machines. Sorry, my chat wasn't actually showing up for a second. Let me see what I've missed. Oh, he slaps his back. All right. Read his chat. Yeah, so I typically don't lift to a powerlifting standard every single training session or most of my training sessions. Now, when I am in competition, I typically go below the standard because I get very nervous about missing it because I don't train to that depth constantly. But that helps a lot with preventing injury when you're squatting 6 days a week, which is what we do. So staying until 5. No, we're about to do a few sets of pull-ups, and that'll be the night. So to be fair, Nick, I'm going to say this. Nick, to be fair to El Campeon, right? Or El Champion. Am I saying that correctly? To be fair to him, if you were trapped under a car, the range of motion that he moves the bar would be enough range of motion to get the car high enough for you to free yourself. So functionally, for car rescue purposes, El Campeon would probably be a solid bet. Now, that being said, you're only going to have a couple of microseconds to get out from underneath said car because it's coming back. But all right. I'm good, Johnny G. I'm good. Appreciate the ask, though. You know what? As long as he gets the car off of you, Nick, can you really complain about his setup? If he wants to hit himself with the belt before he pulls it, right? All right. So we're going to hit our pull-ups, guys. We're going to hit our pull-ups. We're going to do a show for the back. We always do a back showing whenever we do pull-ups so people can see the back development. So just heads up, the tank top does come off for this portion of the stream. So if you're a sensitive human being to back muscularity, this is your warning now. All right. It seems very bright. I'm going to turn off one light because I feel like you guys are getting like zapped. Hold on. All right, guys. Tank top's coming off, fair warning. Put on my backpack. All right. So we got 3 sets of 7 to do here. We're going to start with a neutral grip. We're going to do pull and chin. Okay. We're going to do pull-ups and chin-ups. So let's go ahead and grab a hold of the bar. We're going to show back development. Obviously, we're at the peak of our current bulk. We haven't done any cutting. We haven't done any continuous bulking since we hit the current weight. So we're right there. We're not adjusting weight at all. So this is what it looks at the top of the bulk right now. And then we'll get bigger, we'll get larger, but that'll be after the 16th. So check chat one more time. What's up, Panda? Welcome back. I remember you, Panda. God bless. All right, let's grab it. Yep. Feels good, nice and easy. All right, first set done and done, feels good. If you ever wonder what 177 looks like at 5'11", this is it right here, guys. This is it right here. All right. One more set, and we're going to do pull and chin-ups today as well. So let's go ahead and hit the next set. almost tripped over the thing. We're going to do wide grip on the next ones. Yes, I'm 5'11", 177 pounds. I just don't carry a lot of body fat, guys. Yeah. This is what 5,000 calories a day will do for you. You know what I'm saying? So. All right. They're torso sized, my arms. My arms are torso sized, for those of you wondering. My arms are torso sized. So for those of you that are wondering, there you go. All right. Wide grip. All right. I don't measure my biceps. I don't find it necessary. I focus on strength. Strength is what what matters here, guys. Strength is what matters on this stream. Strength is what matters on this stream. So. All right. Let's end the stream though, guys. It's time for me to go get some rest. I got things to do tomorrow. I got things to do tomorrow. I got things to do tomorrow. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back on earlier tomorrow than we are today. Earlier tomorrow than we are today. We're not doing a coffee stream tomorrow. That'll probably be Sunday. Tomorrow's today's Saturday now, like 1:40 in the morning. But I mean Saturday. Our Saturday stream will probably be around 7. All right, guys? 7 or 8. So, Zoo sounds like a fun time. Zoo sounds like a fun time. It won't be 6 a.m. I can guarantee I won't be up at 6 a.m. If I'm up at 6 a.m., then something has gone very wrong. Once again, thanks to Josh. I don't think he's here right now. But thanks to Josh, he donated 15 memberships tonight. 15 memberships. That was our rack pulls. We did 10 heavy 405s, and then we did, or 405 for 10, and then we did 500 for 5. So, but Josh and he donated 15 channel memberships tonight. Super appreciated. It helps out a lot. It goes a long way, guys. It goes a long way, those memberships. Hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of cool member emojis in the chat over the next few weeks. So next month or so. But appreciate y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow.